number 2, Chiefs versus SYF Gaming. And funnily enough, about this SYF squad is this is the first time they have ever had a console team. But it looks like we've got a few issues here, so we'll get back into that one in a couple of minutes. Couple of issues arisen there. We'll sort that out for you guys. Sorry about that. But Goldie, I want to sort of talk about this event in general. I mean, the lead up to it, you've been probably casting more games than I have, even on the online portion. You know, obviously a lot of these players have come from various different rosters to form both of these teams. But do you think that the players on SYF individually have been performing in their respective teams better than the Chiefs, or vice versa?
Well, look, I'd have to agree with that. SYF, they have been performing better as a team, whereas Chiefs, it's been more up and down. You know, you have certain players having on and off days, whereas SYF, they're really consistent. I'm going to reiterate that a lot. Like, going over their hard points and their uplinks, they've been really, really strong. S&D, not so much, but still doing a lot of work, whereas Chiefs, you know, it's a bit more rough. Well,
we will be heading back into the game. Thank you to the guys backstage, getting that sorted as quickly as possible here. Chiefs SYF, ladies and gentlemen, 2 of the biggest teams here. Obviously, we just recently saw Taintermines take down Validate 3-0. I mean, I'm looking at this series here, and I've got to say it's probably one of the most exciting ones because of the recent changes to these teams. And we'll see how it goes down. Scrism and Killerpie, though, I have to say they're coming over with a lot of chemistry from that Prodigy team that plays very, very well at Sydney. And then Swifty and Scrism, they've been playing together for so long before they turned 18. Starting this one off, contesting the hill, and Eminence made in Chilean. They're trying to 3 kills, shut down any potential attempt there, and they're going to get the first few points on the board.
Yeah, SYF already moved. Swifty doing a lot of damage there, manages to get himself out, but still has been very scrappy. Eventually, Chiefs come out on top. Swifty doing so much work there. 3 kills streak, and that allows him to get himself back onto it. So SYF with their early start. Once again, eventually gets shut down after the 4th. Now SYF are starting to coordinate themselves, and they get themselves back on. It's very nice to get back onto the hard point. There's not much time left on this bridge hill.
We'll be rotating now very shortly. That SYF, they do have control over the spawns there. That will be player number 6, Chilean, working for his team. Back to back, trying to do some work in the middle of the map. He was able to find one. He did trade him out. I don't know what he was trying to do there. He gets shut down by Dean very easily, and Dean stepping up his game quite a lot. Swifty, though, and respectively, Eminence trying to get some of his own, taking down Swifty. And you look at the setup here, the team first there, Eminence finally, but Chiefs there we go, they've shut them down once again. SYF spawning across the other side of the map here almost, but they do get in very easily, somehow able to find 3 good kills. Chiefs, they're spawned out a little bit. SYF are going to try and get those next rotations. You look on the minimap once again, they will be heading into the hangar operations area. So he needed to stay alive there. His teammates might not get the spawns that they need. He might spawn in the middle of the map towards Turbine, and in fact they do, but it's up to Fate now. Hold down those spawns, don't allow Chiefs to push in and get control. And we'll see what the flanking player from, I believe that back can do, going through the hallways here. I don't think any of the Chiefs players are considering that. But Swifty on screen right now. His own, using that hero against one, but he gets in from behind Eminence. Trying to again. Right now, it's so back and forth. The Chiefs have just somehow been able to get control of this.
It does come down to that slow power that you're talking about. If they normally players out, not allowing them to move their way back in, they get them out in fast spawns, but this time the slay power, like you said, it's coming in. Damage here. Look at Swifty, he's going 10 and 4, doing so much damage. They can continue this, and they should take the map. They're going to be up 9-40 at the moment, and SYF, they're going to be on that retake situation.
We'll see what they can do here going to into the rotations. Chiefs over towards Turbine. It looks like one player of Swifty is going to set up for the first few points. Control over those spawns. Finally, though, we'll see Chilean trying to break around. steps, not finding that kill. You look at the minimap right now, the Chiefs players, they're spread out. They're trying to shut down any opportunity for SYF to get in, but the danger with that is you're taking one-on-one gunfights. If the SYF team are able to win those, then that's where you're going to have an issue here. But team just wants to play back, shutting him down. Halfway to be specific here, and then now double the points there again. What really should be such a close game with how good SYF have been playing together since they formed. I haven't really watched them a lot in the last week or two, but they definitely are proving themselves so far.
11-7 and still actually SYF get themselves onto the drill Harper. At the moment, SYF seems to have playing left to try and scrap to the bridge now. And once again, it's Killapai. He's there early on, whereas SYF, they're all the way out of it. In, Fate moving in, gets a kill of his what was that? Dean, he's going in huge there. That is control once again. Coming into effect, SYF, they're left on the back foot. Gotta try and take it. Move his way in.
Well, Squizzy's there. He finds a SYF for 2. SYF's gone absolutely ham right now. He's on a 4-kill streak. He's already used the Scarab before. Did get a kill with it and some good information. He's going to go for it again here. 15 and starting off hot. Gets the 5, but he will get shut down eventually. They're getting closely following with 14 kills. Meanwhile, in the SYF squad, we don't have anyone really outnumbering the rest of his teammates in terms of that department. But one thing I want to highlight here is we're looking at this Chiefs, the hardpoint time. They're all relatively similar except for Killapai. He's sort of working on getting those spawns and playing a bit of an anchor role. It's hard to really tell what roles are being played by this Chiefs lineup so far, but once we go through this event, we'll sort of work that out a little bit better. Swifty though, absolutely out of the start control, really staying alive. He gets another kill once again with his second Scarab. We'll see Dean's on coming out. He's going to be met with some blast yells. He makes up that kill. Back though, pushing in. So really working out for him to get contest, but Swifty with another 2 pieces. Man, he's gone off at the 3 there. He's 20 and 9. He is showing up to land.
Doing so much work. He sat out, just waiting for these SYF players to come in and into his line of sight. Eventually, that gives Swifty the information. SYF, they're getting in so late onto these hard points, really struggling to make their way in, whereas Chiefs, they're finding a huge advantage right now.
The Chiefs are playing this is that not only they're able to break into the hard point more effectively, and I personally, just from watching it, it seems to be they're winning those one-on-one gunfights, and sometimes SYF, they're not able to control those spawns to get early control of the hard point. I believe that was KP, didn't work out in the end. That's why I have a little bit of control here, spawning out the team. Be able to get some points on the board, but they're still behind over 100 points, finally under 100 points. They don't really need to worry too much because they can allow, because of such a big lead, they can allow SYF. He says no, he gets on the hill, shuts down some more attempts by SYF, once again reducing the amount of time they can gain, and of course reducing their chances of getting Eminence. They're looking to get some scrap points here, but they need to look towards the rotations once again. They're not doing that as of yet. Chiefs have complete control of the preferred spawns right now. Eminence is going to be setting up, watching the corner. Chilean coming out as well. Chiefs, though, once again, they've got this setup in the middle of the towards the top line hard point, but Fate, though, he's going to be playing ring around the rosy here with Killapai going around the corner, but he will get shut down from behind us. So, Fate doing some work. Killapai not really able to do much more than that, but they continuously have the spread spawns to get back into this hill. And that seems to be the difference here. They've got the preferred spawns, even if they don't have the
SYF, they're sort of breaking the table to that previous hill. Skills where they actually managed to get these players and get that control. They managed to look at that. Completely in favour of Chiefs at the moment, doing so much SYF. They're shut out now. We're going to see Killapai go on the hunt along with Swifty. Looking to do damage here, moves way around. Looks like we will actually see Swifty just narrowly. Does have his payload ready, looking to push down from the bridge. Eventually gets taken out in the back there. And now, really not much time left on drill. We can see it quickly rotate over towards the bridge hardpoint. Chiefs, once again, early to get there.
Swifty, he's going to be doing his job once again in the middle. That's by now. Staying alive, fighting a player in cage, and someone's going to contest here. Not long into the taking Swifty here. Only at 16 points in SYF. This is crunch time, but they're not able to do it. A 3 downs for the Chiefs. He's still alive. He's staying alive. He's got a 2-kill streak there with a 2-piece. Not necessarily slaying as well as we would have wanted him to, but 6 points to go here. SYF, this is the time now. You need to step up, get those kills on the hard point. They're not able to find them, just able to get the back back. Does so with the help of Eminence. They're going to be able to get some more points here. They're working their way in, but they're often losing from Dean. Playing a solo game, they're not able to find those kills or all the kills that they needed. We're going to see now with 15 seconds remaining with the Chiefs. They can win off this hill, but Dean is going to use his payload. I don't know what it was. I think it may have been a Centurion setup for the next hardpoint. You can actually see on the minimap that is the case. Chiefs there, they're set up, ready to go. Waiting for SYF to go. They need to be very good. Otherwise they'll lose the amount of time. They can just see now 5 points to go for Chiefs. They're hoping that they can just get the kills to be able to get control, but Backerbeck, he says no, he's getting points here. He's contesting killer by Eminence now. The one in the hill, the last alive, he's got to stay. He's surrounded by 4 players. That's if Chiefs find him, and they're going to take the first map, 250 to 167 in what seemed like so close towards the end.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant plays from Chiefs there. SYF, they really struggled going into it. I mean, we saw Swifty doing so much damage, down 25 to 17 or 15, putting excellent power, doing so much for us. Whereas SYF, they couldn't find that footing, they couldn't get themselves onto the hard points. They only really thrive when they get onto the hills and they manage to lock out players. That we saw that once out towards, I can't remember which hill it was, but we only saw that once throughout that map, and that really was what let down SYF.
Yeah, they just seem to not be able to get those spawns and the good rotations, the early enough rotations. You know, you think about the money hills on this map, you're looking at potentially that hangar bay and of course the second rotation. You really need to focus on getting the early rotations because you know that the opposition, they're going to be going for them as well. Hold that down, get the spawns for your team to be able to jump straight into that hard point. I don't feel like SYF did that. You were saying that they seem to be more consistent and more grouped up, and you know, the teamwork better to start off, you know, especially carrying over a lot of that I guess teamwork from that original Tannermines lineup from last year, and the chemistry there, but they just weren't able to put it into practice here. And you know, going into the search and destroy, that's got me a little bit worried because it's a very teamwork heavy game. If you can't work together as a team, push as a squad, and you know, clear out areas of the map and win those 2-on-1 gunfights, I just can't see them getting into this one. Like Swifty, he got something like 6 2-pieces in this game. Like you can't allow that to happen.
It was absolutely crazy. SYF couldn't find the footing, and like you said, it's got me worried about this search and destroy map, because if they can't really group together and find those kills, it's going to be difficult. So Chiefs, they need to carry on this performance, but a very good start going into that first map here, but it's all yet to be decided. With still potential 2 maps for them to really go through, even if they want to stay into it. So SYF, they've got a lot of room to work with, and they tend to do quite well on their uplink. The only worry for their uplink, really, for me, is Scrism. He does massive flanks, where he can just absolutely wipe out a team.
Well, Scrism was a player who we sort of were highlighting as one that we need to see step up and repeat his performance from Sydney. He didn't really do that, only ended up with 14, 15 kills in the end there. We will be hopping into a throwback S&D coming up. This map, I don't know who I've got really taking it. I mean, it's got to be Chiefs after that first performance, but you know, what do SYF have in the bag? What do they have in the back of their, you know, they've got their little strats bag, open it up, pick one out. You know, I can't imagine that anything they can really do at this point is going to be enough.
Well, look, going into it, as long as they can come in with a clear mindset, I'd expect SYF to do a lot more than what we saw in that map, because that really was a poor performance from them. Going into this next one, so long as they can get the first couple of rounds, I think they should nail it down. But Chiefs, if they come out with a performance like they had on that hard point, then I don't think SYF are going to stand a chance, really.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that map when it comes up. But let's talk about this event in general, right? So this is the CGPL Autumn Finals for 2017, brought to you by Acer and a whole bunch of other sponsors: Kingston, HyperX. You've got Netgear, AMD, Mwave, all supporting the boys here up on stage. We had the Counter-Strike event yesterday, where we saw Chiefs take it out. They're looking for the 2-peat, and if they perform like that throughout the rest of the weekend, that could potentially happen here.
Yeah, that really would be good for them. Obviously, not as good as in League of Legends and what we'd expect from them, but still focusing on the Call of Duty event here. you know, Chiefs, they're looking strong going into it. But my question is, how will they face up against a team like Tainted Minds, who do have Setzi coming in as a sub? We weren't really expecting much from him because he really hasn't had much time with that roster, and yet he came out with a pretty big performance across that last series.
Yeah, he did. He definitely stepped it up and was showing that he has what it takes. I mean, I have to give it to him. You know, you're stepping into the... You're filling the shoes of Dens, right? Arguably one of the top 2 players in our region. You know, you've got Fighter and Shocks up there as well. I mean, you've got it in the back of your mind. You've got to be thinking, well, there's no way I can do what he does. I'm not at his level. But he just did. He fit in perfectly in the squad. They just seem to be in control basically the whole way through, except for the first half of the uplink. They seem to be in complete control. But we'll have to get into the Search and Destroy, loading up the next map very, very soon for you guys. We're just setting some things up on stage, getting the players to make their classes ready for this next map and whatnot. And Goldie, I mean, looking at the scope of the event, the scope of the teams that we have here, are you worried that if SYF get beaten in this series, they go to face Validate, that's going to be game over for Validate?
Yeah, I'd say it would definitely be game over. I see any opponent that really drops into that lower bracket and has to face Validate should take it, really, because although Validate, they put up an initial fight going into the first hard point that we saw them go up against Tainted Minds, still, it really wasn't much after that. They got to around 120 points, and they just died down from there, and we saw practically nothing throughout the rest of the series there. So it's a huge worry for them. They need to step it up going into that losers bracket final, because they've got nothing to lose here. They really just need to step it up, show a bit more confidence like we saw at the initial start of that previous series, and try and just see them do a bit more damage than what we saw.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Search and Destroy on Throwback. Goldie, who do you have taking this one, and what do you think the scoreline's going to be?
If Chiefs come out off the bat, I'd expect them to take it. If SYF come off the bat, I'd expect them to take it. It's really just which team can get that early momentum. So for this one, you know what, I'm going to say SYF 6-4.
SYF 6-4, that's bold words there, but I'd have to agree with you. You definitely have to focus on who can string a couple of rounds together, because that can definitely be the difference here. But we'll start things off. Scrism is going down first, Blooded. Eminence traded out, but Swifty as well. Then back in Chilean, all down to Fate now in a 1v2 already. Dean and Killerpie last alive. They got to do some work here, set up for some kills, but Fate, he's got the bomb. He doesn't realize that the A-bomb site's actually completely open. He's heading towards the wrong direction here. Might just swap it out, but he will get flanked if he's not too careful. But this spot, oh, this is good. He's got 50 seconds to work with. If he doesn't do anything for much longer, Chiefs, they're going to start getting worried and rotate around to A, and this could be deadly. He could get the first kill, get the plant, and potentially find the second. He's got 40 seconds to work with. He's just hanging around Grant. He's hoping the Chiefs players push him. But you look on the mini-map, it's so disciplined right now. Fate getting some shots in, but not yet finding a kill. But he can go towards A. Chiefs know where he is. He's planning for them, though. He's going to get contested with the bomb out here, and there's nothing you can really do. They shoot him, they'll find him, and they'll get the first round.
I'm really not sure what Fate was thinking there, planting in the direction that Chiefs were going to be coming from. Really, that's just a surprise to me. You'd think he still had like 30 seconds left to plant. He could have easily just taken the extra second to spin around, and then, if he had to, he could come up off of the bomb and try and find some kills. But instead, tried to stick it, didn't work out for him, and now Chiefs, they go up 1-0 going into the second map here. They are 1-up in the series as well, so SYF, we need to see a bit more from them. Chilean and Fate weren't able to do anything in that round whatsoever, whereas Chiefs, they're going big. Dean, I'm actually surprised by him. He's doing a lot more work than I would have initially expected.
Well, he definitely did show, or has been showing up online and at the previous event in Sydney for CWL as well. So definitely showing up and stepping up in this game is something that we've, as a scene, wanted to see him do for a while now. He was definitely regarded back in the beginning of Black Ops 3 as potentially the letdown of that team, but he's come into this one looking very, very hot and ready to go. Back though, once again, a 1v2 situation for SYF this time. Baka is going to be going up against Killerpie and Swifty in one contest if he has seen him. But he'll know that he's up on the balcony. He finds the first one, needs to turn around quickly, but he's tagged up. He's darting around this lemon here. He knows where he is. He's seen him slide away. He just has to get the right timing. Sees him down range and finds that kill. Back. A huge kill there on Killerpie to get the clutch 1v2 and the defuse. And look at his reactive armor there. It's going to go very close to securing it. Only the second round into this game. He's on a 3 kill streak as well. What a start from Bakabek.
Sitting at 4-on-1, excellent work from him to clutch out that 1v2, especially when they are down a map and a round. Really, SYF, they needed to step up here, and this could be the stepping stones towards it, with SYF being able to do that. Buckerbeck, he's doing so much work at the moment, needs to continue this on, and really just playing so well right off the bat here. We are going to see the SYF side look to go straight towards A. We will see Swifty there as the only line of defense, try to swing his way around. He's not quite there. No kills being brought out just yet. Information will be going in favor of SYF as they spot out a couple of players. They have a lot to work with now. The bomb's down as well. Chiefs need to move their way in for a swift retake. We are going to see Fate just dancing around looking to do damage. Dean trying to make his way in from the side. Could find a gap between two players. Could just get his way in. Will find a flank on towards Chileans. Gets that first kill. Buckerbeck was able to find one in the mix. However, looks to make his way out there. Gets a second. Eventually traded. Dean doing a lot of work. Going to be down. 1v2. And it will be
He's gone for the ninja. What are you doing? You got two players up for SYF in the end there. They're able to find the kill on the Swifty. I think he was going for the defuse. Didn't work out in the end. Everyone's finding that one. And Swifty going down. So Chiefs down 2-1 in this search and destroy. Wow, that was an interesting decision by Swifty. And you know, this, we'll talk about it a bit more, of course. This comes down to a lack of experience that, you know, players that, it's not like the old days when you wouldn't even check for the bomb. No, they do, and they will not let you do it. I don't think how many, you know, things that ninjas I've seen, but Swifty, like what? Please explain.
That was a very quick round. Swifty finding 3 kills so early on allows Chiefs to take it, and that was surprising. That came out of nowhere, really.
I was just talking, and then all of a sudden a double kill with a nade, and then a third one, and I was like, oh well, I can't even react to this. It's too late.
Thanks, Swifty.
They're gone. SYF, they're off the map. They're gone. Well, that ties things up here. 2 apiece for this search and destroy, and I feel like this might be where, you know, I was talking to the players, they were doing their interviews, and Chief said, or Dean specifically said, that it seems like Search and Destroy might be their weaker game mode. But SYF said similar things here, so I don't really know who to pick here. But Chilean, he doesn't have a kill just as yet. It's the 3v2 situation favouring SYF. Eminence, he does have the bomb. I think he's planting it right now. He is, in fact. Gets that one down, and they're going to set up either side of this bomb. Fate up at the bus. He's got a contest with player number 5, which is Dean, who's absolutely hot right now. Sees that nade come out, gets him around. He'll be able to find the kill from the back. And that leaves Killerpie in a 1v3. Let's see if he can do it. I've seen him win these, but he's got a scope out. That's going to be hard.
We'll see Killerpie moves in and finds one. Has 2 more to find here. Really not much time left. He needs to get in and defuse. Will make his way on the flank, but he won't check the corners, and surely he'll get taken down, and he does. 3-2, favouring SYF here. A much better map from them, but they need to continue this on.
Well, big chip is there for Fate. Getting the kill on Killerpie from behind him. Surprised there that Killerpie didn't really check that corner, to be honest. But he, you know, as you mentioned, he was in a very stressful situation. Only something like 16 seconds left to work with to find 2 kills and a defuse. It's not that easy, but Fate, speaking of the man, he did get that 3 kill streak. He has his payload available, so he'll be wanting to pull that one out soon enough, probably, seeing that it's so early. But then again, who knows, he might save it for a little bit later. Buckerbeck somehow finds it better as Swifty. Killerpie, though, trading that one out, and Fate brings it now to a favourable position for SYF. Dean left in the 1v3. He finds the first on to Chilean. Chilean finally got his first kill as well. We'll just point that out. Good on you. But Dean, he's got Eminence and Fate left to find. They're both sitting up, you know, what I believe to be top food, if I can look at the mini-map correctly. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Yeah.
See, Dean, you might just spot one out here. Contesting, not going to be able to get the kill. Dean's picked up the bomb, though. That's important.
Yep, and now he's got 40 seconds left to work with. Has to get his way to a bomb site. Spots out the first, does a little bit of damage, but takes some himself. Is forced to fall back, looking to go towards A here. Will manage to slip his way down, but he's got 2 players to find. Will spot out the first, but isn't able to connect with the shots. Eventually tries to go for the wallbang, can't find it. Is going to go on the hunt, however. This is a very risky game with not much time available. Gets one, but he gets shot in the back, and it will be SYF taking their 4th round.
I can understand why he was thinking that the second player might be behind, because usually players in a 2v1 will work together. And so that was probably the better decision in general to make, but it is Fate. Fate likes to do some interesting things sometimes. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. This time it did because he was able to shut down Dean from behind, giving SYF the 4-2 lead. And, you know, we're talking about stringing rounds together. They've just strung quite a few there, 2 rounds, in fact. Fate, still he has his payload available. Dean and Killerpie, they also have theirs. So definitely the opportunity get good payload usage. And we'll see Eminence snaking the bomb here, just looking out for any contesting players from the Chiefs. But you can see on the minimap, they're sending 2 players. That's going to be Dean and Swifty out on the flank all the way around here. But the Scarab, that is going to call it out. You can see on the minimap, the Scarab is waiting for him to push around to call out to the teammates. Scrism goes down, I think, no, rather he doesn't. He takes a kill and Killerpie falls. So trade out there, 3v3 retake. Scrism finds a second, so that's good addition to the tally. And then Dean comes in for a third, leaving Eminence in a 1v3. I don't think he's going to be able to do this. Gets heavily tagged. He's going to contest though. One of the players surely is going to jump on the bomb. Eminence knows that. He goes down for the kill. Doesn't expect the player either side of him. Gets shut down, and the Chiefs are going to be able to answer back.
I'm surprised Eminence didn't look to his left there. Maybe he didn't notice there was another player, because he did know there was a player sitting towards the back there. But maybe he didn't realize there was a second player who could be on the flank there. But really surprised they didn't check it. So Chiefs finally returning with another round on the board after SYF took 2 consecutively. Chiefs, they're looking hot at the moment, despite SYF being in the lead. I mean, Chileans, he's not really having that much of an impact into this game so far, only finding 1 or 2 kills. So if he can step it up, SYF, they could be looking a lot stronger than they are now. He's sitting at 2 and 6, below the rest of his team. Not looking great for him, but it's a close scoreline. So maybe if he can lift his game a bit, then this could be the deciding factor that takes SYF over the line. But look at the payloads, 3 available for Chiefs and 2 available for SYF. This is going to be an interesting round, to say the least.
We go nades out from Dean. We've seen a couple of a couple of nade kills already, but we'll see the active camo is popped by Swifty. He's going straight forward, but you don't think he'll necessarily find anyone with it. It's going to run out there, so a little bit wasted. He will find the first, or at least get spotted out, but there's 3 SYF players chasing him through grannies. He might find a kill. He gets both of them again. Swifty, what are you doing, son? Dean, he'll find the third. The last should go down here from Swifty, and they tie it up once again. Chiefs. Swifty, he's just doing it. That's the second 3-piece in this game.
I said at the start of the game, Scrism and Swifty, if they can turn up, it's going in favour of the Chiefs. Look at how much work he's doing. I mean, consecutively getting those kills, doing that damage, shutting down SYF. And because SYF more rely on a team-based game, really, they struggle because when Chiefs are going huge with like 1 player or so, they take the lead quite convincingly. So 4-4 at the moment. And really, it's anyone's game at this point.
I'd have to agree with you there. We're going through this one, both teams with 2 payloads to use. Eminence gets his bomb down. It's a 4v4 situation, but BackuPX makes the advantage in SYF's favour. So that's a good start for them. They needed that. And Dean and the co are going to have to work through this match in tension to find some kills. Swifty and Dean last alive now. Going to find bait. Kills down, but Swifty, he's got that many 3 pieces already. I assume he can do it again, but not going to happen. SYF clean him up. And that's 5-4 with only losing 1 player in this round.
Could we be seeing a round 11 here? That's the question. Or is it going to be my prediction, 6-4? What do you reckon?
6-4 SYF, you did say it. That was a good call. Well, at least for the meantime, that's what it looks like. And it's up to Chiefs now. They need 2 rounds in a row to win. SYF only need the 1. And as I said, you know, the teamwork, it was lacking from SYF at the start. It seems to have gotten a little bit better here. And we'll see if they can't get this last round and fulfill your predictions, Goldie. That you I don't know where you pulled that out of, but it's definitely looking like it could come true.
It was more so just going off of previous results, but still, we are going to see SYF. It looks going on the defense here, whereas Chiefs, they're just going to be sitting back, not going for this push just yet, really taking their time, just sitting back. Eventually, they're going to try and make a push towards this right side of the map. They do have to find contact here. Basically, all of SYF are going to be sat there apart. Oh, eventually Eminence rotates for Swifty, opening things up. Dean is there to follow it up. Eventually, Eminence tries to work his way in and do some damage. Unable to do so. Needs to follow it up here. Just narrowly misses out and spotting that player. We're going to be down to a 2v4. Chiefs looking so hot at the moment, and they've got that bomb down. It will be Chilean and Eminence looking to move their way in. They've got a lot of kills to find. There's the first base. Chilean will be able to get that. Needs to get more, however. But look, they're in a difficult situation. They're being pinned at the moment, as we do see Killapai sat towards their flank. Chileans with another, stepping it up. Really doing a lot of work for his team. 20 seconds left. Not much more. Chileans, what are you doing? Has a Scarab as well. Will go for the defuse. Killapai, he's way out. Is he going to be able to get there in time? Eminence, he just has to sit there. How is this happening? What?
He finds the kill. The defuse comes in, and there's the prediction, 6-4. Chilean goes huge in that last round. 3-piece gets the defuse while Eminence just toys with Killapai. He's like, come get me, son. You can't touch me. And then he gets the kill to boot. SYF, a great showing from them to get the second round on the board. We will be seeing a map number 4. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. doing so much work. I mean, SYF at the end, I said if Chileans could step up his game towards the end, then we should see SYF be able to take it. Because Chiefs, they're looking hot off of the back of Swifty and Killer Pie. They were doing a lot of work, whereas in the end there, we did eventually see Chilean step his game up after having a bit of a rough performance on the S&D.
Yeah, I have to agree. Chilean not necessarily stepping up as much as I necessarily would have expected. And I said necessarily 2 times in that sentence because I can't think of better words to substitute with. But, I mean, the fact that he's just able to shut every player down one-on-one gunfights, they just keep contesting him one after one, allowing his health to regenerate. I mean, that's poor play from the Chiefs. I would have expected more out of them to push together as a team, at least 2-on-1 gunfights in a 2v1, in a 4v1 2 situation. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, well, it could come down to that inexperience from Scrism and Swifty, like we said at the start of this series. You know, Scrism only playing in 2, and this is Swifty's first, if I'm not wrong. So, really,
no, it's not.
Isn't it?
It is not his first. He has won LAN before against MF. He's beaten MF in LAN before, but they're not here. So this is his chance to beat everyone else as well.
Yeah, but as I was saying, that LAN inexperience could have been the deciding factor for Chiefs there, because SYF, it's an experienced squad, you know. They've played a lot through BO3 as Tainted Minds, and then Buckerbeck came into the roster now when they switched over from Prodigy to SYF. So, really, it's looking good for them. That it's going to be 1-1 in the series, but SYF, they're looking better now.
Well, we will be hopping into the next map very shortly. It's going to be an uplink on Precinct like in the last series. But just, you know, this is the first round of the day. Both teams or both games are played on all the same maps, and then we'll start heading off in different directions. We've got after that we'll have the losers bracket round 1, then we'll go winners bracket final, losers bracket final, and then grand final in a double alien format where there could be 2 best of 5s in that series depending on how the 2 teams play in the first one. I mean, looking at the way that Chiefs played that first hardpoint though, because this is going into, of course, Precinct Uplink, another respawn game mode, and then on top of that, the next map that would be, I believe, Throwback Hardpoint would be, once again, respawn. Does it feel like this might be just the Chiefs meta, that they just win those 3 respawns and forget about the search?
Well, Precinct was the map where Scrism went absolutely crazy, dropping, 40 kills against Throne just about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yep. So if he can replicate that performance going into it, Chiefs, they're going to be looking extremely strong, especially from what we saw on their respawns on Hardpoint.
Well, I'm hoping to see that, definitely. We'll have to wait and jump into that game in a second. But, I mean, so far, Chiefs, that they have definitely shown up in that first map. They did have some very nice performances so far, or the very nice showings, at least in some of the rounds they won in the search. I mean, looking at Swifty, you got 2 3-pieces and a 2-piece in that second map. He got at least 6 2-pieces in the hard point. Are you sort of looking at this man to be the one who's leading the way for the drone carrier on this team, potentially finding 2 or 3 kills in the opposition space, pushing them out, pushing their spawns, you know, on that preferred side back into the Cherry Blossom or towards the gas station there, and, you know, allowing his teammates to get 2-point plays, or do you think maybe he'll step back a little bit and watch flanks or something? Look,
going into it, there's really a lot up in the air. Like, this could happen, but there's so many different outcomes from what we've seen so far, because it's been an unpredictable match. We thought for sure after that first map that Chiefs were going to have a bit of a stronger performance, and SYF comes swinging out the gate.
Yep, out of nowhere. Slap you in the face, Chiefs. Off you go. Your search and destroy is trash, dude. But I feel like, you know, at the moment we're looking at an SYF roster who haven't really found their identity as a squad yet. You know, they did, yes, they came from that original Tainted Minds roster, at least 3 of them did, but they're still, you know, it's not the same. It's not the same game. It's a different organization, different sort of environment, and of course, things change in the time that you're not teaming together, but we will get into this one, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 3, Chiefs, they are 1-1 apiece with SYF in map count. And it's up to them to get the lead once again in another respawn game mode. And who do you want to start off with here, Goldie?
Look, Chiefs, I think they're going to take this map, if I'm going to be honest. Really, if Scrism can show up to the table, then it should pretty much be GG. But we're going to have to see. We'll see Chiefs be the first to try and get on towards that drone. Swifty attempts to do some damage, trying to shut out Eminence, but he's unable to do so, as no one is going to be drone so far. It looks like this is Chiefs trying to clear out the angles at the moment. Eventually, we do see Chileans look to push his way in, trying to do some damage, comes around the corner, spots out the second, will take it, a two-piece from him. Shot in the back by Swifty. Chiefs, they look to try and get on top of this drone, but no one going for it just yet. Eventually, SYF of some sort, but the respawns very slow for each side, not really gaining any ground, just back and forth at the moment, but kills are favouring SYF.
Pushing up here, they've not been able to get enough kills just to be able to make a play, but there is Killapai last alive to be able to stop that Schism though. He's going to be in the middle of the map trying to gain that drone control. You might get flanked here from the side. It's going to be Backabek. Backabek flies in. I don't know how he didn't get the kill. He didn't shoot to start off with. Schism, he'll find that one, and now his team can start pushing up. They've got those grenades out. They're going to harm him a little bit, but here we go for the 1 point up from play, and he's going to be able to get that through the portal. So Schism, a good start for him.
Yeah, taking a back foot really and just carrying the drone rather than being that player that goes for the huge flanks and tries to clear the back line. So we're taking a bit of a different approach going into it, but now SYF, they will be able to get that drone in a dangerous position to get themselves around. There should be a 1 point, but no! A brilliant intercept there from Killapai.
Killapai doing just enough on the baseline defense there, and it's going to allow the SYF squad to not get a points, but they finally do there. They clean up shop. Killapai and co are going to get shut down there, leveling the score 1-1. And a good start from both squads. I've got to say though, Chiefs, somehow their teamwork seems to be doing so much work for them. And Swift, you can see he's from there. He's going to shut down from behind over there. But the 1 point play does come in. So there we go. That is going to be giving them the lead once again. But you have to 2 point play. You figured out a way to break down that defense. But find that one extra kill and you've got 2 point plays.
Once you sort of sussed out the initial approach from each side, you can really just go for some of those larger plays, which looks like we should be seeing coming out very soon. Fate, he's not in a good position to try and defend. Swifty will be able to get that kill, another 1 point, a Chiefs. They're being very cautious here. Really, just not even going for the 2 pointers. They're not taking the risk. They know, okay, we want to win this match. We want to get 2-1 up in the series and try and carry that on to the next hardpoint map. But they're doing a lot of work at the moment. SYF seem to struggle to make any form of push at the moment. Schism will be able to find some damage there. Buckerback and Chileans will move their way in. Killapai looks to try and shut down player there eventually. Swifty looking to push his way in through this area. Eventually has to fall back, however, his fate will be there to shut him down. SYF looking to try and regain a little bit of ground at the moment, which they will do as Eminence looks to run it forward.
Here we go, trying to get him pushed up. Eminence in close from SYF. They're doing a good job of cleaning up the players, but look at the minimap. Schism is going on the flank. He talked about that before. He hasn't been able to get a kill from it just as of yet, but there we go. Working out. He's able to push up on the map, and this SYF squad is going to start spawning out. He's pushing the spawns back, and he needs to contest this player that's going to be killing, going for that gunfight in the hallway. He'll find that kill. Second one contest. He will be able to get that one as well. Schism, a massive two-piece there, but the rest of his squad, they're not pushing up the drone, and they're going to allow SYF to respawn and potentially shut down the chance for a 2 point play that was definitely there in the meantime. We'll see Dean will probably go for the 1 point, but you can see he wants to 2. He gets it as well. SYF not able to get that kill there, and Eminence, he did get a 2-piece, but that wasn't after, or that was all after Killapai got a 2 of his own and shut down any chances of SYF defending that.
Yeah, Chiefs have been the first team to really step it up and go for some of the more riskier players, because in that situation, the defense was looking pretty good from SYF, but Dean, he just works his way in there and is able to get a 2-piece off the back of it, giving Chiefs a very, very convincing lead here. Going towards this half-time mark, we are going to see Schism and Killapai looking to do a bit more. Killapai running that drone forward, eventually has to fall back as his teammate will get taken out. We do see Swifty pushed all the way up into the back lines there, looking to find some kills and clear things out, but really not much ground being gained. Eventually, Killapai, he finds a gap, he has potential to work his way in, does chuck it out there, so unless SYF can reset this drone quick enough, he should be able to do a little bit of damage, but they are going to try and throw it out eventually. Only 30 seconds left on the clock going into this first half here. Chiefs looking very good.
SYF overextended a little bit here. Now it's going to be the drone in Swifty's hands, and he could potentially get a 1 point playoff. Go shut down, but not before it's too late. SYF not able to clean up that kill early enough. They didn't see that as being a possibility. Here we go though. Schism, he's getting hyped up on the stage. He knows that his team is playing very well in these respawn game openings. Now, we've seen that a lot from some of the North American teams. They use that respawn as their primary form of getting to the wins in the matches, you know, CWL and seasons like that. It seems like Chiefs, they might be going for that sort of approach. What was previously, especially with Hopey, a very teamwork-driven roster. It seems like now it's going to go for a lot more of that, just, you know, raw gun skill, just shutting down all the kills against the oppositions, winning those 1-on-2 gunfights like Swifty's been doing so much already this series long. But heading into the second half here, I see nothing but good things to the other.
Yeah, SYF though, in that previous half, they really gained no ground whatsoever. Whenever they even tried to go for a push, Chiefs, they gained so much. They were already up there trying to shut things down, which they've continued to do. And now it looks like it will be SYF off on the early start, run that drone forward, but the kills will go in favour of Chiefs. Scrism finding a 2-piece in the mix, Killer High, finding one. Scrism with the third now, doing so much for his team already, going 18 and 10, pulling himself ahead of the pack, as it will be Chiefs grabbing a hold of that drone here in an excellent position to attack. The defense not looking too strong, so going to be Fate Bucker back there at the back, but Eminence will eventually move in and find a 2-piece there. Very good from him, and that allows SYF to finally gain some ground, but they're going to have to go up against the strong defense that has been coming in from Chiefs, and going into this, they need to step up in that form. Their pushes haven't been good.
So far, so good for Chiefs, as you said. SYF struggling to push up pressure on the map so far. Back just holding on the statue. Potentially needs to back it up. Finds one on the play who went to go to mid, but Fate, he's got the drone here. Might be able to go for a 1-point play. Doesn't get it off in time here. We'll see the Chiefs cleaning up shop. Dean, he's got the drone now. The Chiefs can actually retaliate here. They might be able to go for a point play at least, but we're not too sure. We'll see how SYF react to this situation. Throws the drone out to a player that was waiting. I think that was Swifty, but Swifty goes down here. So now we've got to wait for Dean. He's being a little bit sneaky around the statue, not able to find that kill. SYF doing quite nicely back. So this is what you need to work on if you are the SYF roster. You need to be able to start, you know, cleaning up those defensive kills, and then don't overextend too far. Allow your drone carrier to come in, go for the 1-point play, and I think you just missed that one out. I think actually, come to think of it, Scrizz. So, SYF, once again, baseline defense, and it's working out in their favour. I don't know what it is, Goldie, but they just have such a solid defense.
Well, for SYF, they aren't able to make the pushes. They spend so much time in their back line, so they allow Chiefs to just steamroll them, especially when Scrism comes in to go on to that attacking phase. So now we are going to see drone eventually be run forward by SYF. They're not in there quick enough for Chiefs. They're already regaining control here, but eventually Eminence looks to try and move his way around, goes out in the open. The kills are going to be favouring SYF here. This is potential now. Oh, you could have gone for the 2-pointer there, Eminence. You needed that. There's not much time left.
2 minutes 27 remaining, as you said, not a whole lot of time, and the slow pace of the game in general so far hasn't allowed for many 2-point plays. I think only one play full stop has been 2 points. Right now, that drone going through, Chiefs getting one more on the board, so basically eliminating the importance of the impact that previous uplink that SYF got. Now, see gaining close, they're trying to clean up shop defensively, not allow those SYF players to get back in and spawn them out a little bit. It's not working just like the other. And then we've got incredibly crucial gunfight from Scrism. Dean goes down as well. Swifty and Killerpie though respond for 2 more. And you can see now, Swifty, he's got the drone, he's throwing it up over, and he will get that one to sink there. In fact, no it doesn't, it goes out of bounds. It goes into the building, so there it resets.
So far, going into this matchup, especially on this map, it seems SYF, they've been too slow to respond to anything the Chiefs have done. The Chiefs, they're always the first to get in there, the first to do their damage, and the first to score. Whereas SYF, the one opportunity they had, they didn't even capitalize on. They instead went for the 1-pointer, where, of course, they couldn't know that it was cleared going up, but still, they need to take those risks if they want to come out on top of the side like Chiefs, who will look to try and push their way forward, try and shut things down. So this way, and they allow for a gap, and the kills will favour SYF. This is their one opportunity. They are going to get shut down.
Julian trying to stay alive, he's able to get a 3 down on towards the Chiefs, and this is good for the SYF, but it's not enough. They've got control of this back area of the map. It's not spawning out. Cherry Blossom here clears. Julian, I don't know how he found that, but he will do it. Scrism, he comes in with the 2-piece, cleans up shop, and that's going to be SYF pushed all the way back in the spawn. 40 seconds remaining. I can't imagine this is possible.
It certainly won't be possible unless SYF just come out with something absolutely insane. And
yeah.
Chiefs, they've been doing so much work. Look, they've got all 4, well, I should say 3 payloads available, 4 almost on the way, so really no chance for SYF to get themselves back into it. Far too slow to even score. Like, eventually, it was 1-1 at the start, but then after that, they couldn't do anything. Eventually, they moved on for 2-pointer, but I think it's a bit too late for that, SYF.
They have run out of time. Fate has got the drone, but it's not going to be enough. Dean, Swifty, Gigabyte taking this one here. Second map over SYF, puts them up 2-1 in the series, sorry, and we'll be heading over towards the throwback hardpoint next. So once again, another respawn game mode. You'd expect Chiefs to win it based on the 2 respawns we've seen so far.
Yep, certainly would. Chiefs doing very well on the respawns. So going into this one, I'm interested to see how SYF try to coordinate themselves, because they've been all over the shop over these last couple of maps. S&D, they're able to coordinate themselves and do a lot more damage than what we initially expected off the back of that hard point. So it seems they really are favoured when they're going onto the S&D maps, whereas Chiefs, they've been dominating on towards these respawns, and going into another hard point, I don't see how SYF are going to be able to pull this out.
Well, it's going to be difficult, and especially on a map like Throwback, it's very scrappy for the most part. It's a small map, you know, players can rotate towards the hill very quickly from almost anywhere on the map, depending on which hardpoint we're talking about specifically. Middle of the map, of course, it's so open, you can get shut down from absolutely anywhere, so it's hard to gain control of it. But, you know, you move over towards the globe area of the map, or the baseball field, however you like to call it, and the hardpoint there is quite easy to hold down for a long period of time if you have the right setup and the right group of players that are out playing and out slaying the opposition, which it seems like what Chiefs have right now. Scrism, you talked about him. He dropped 29 kills in that one, so a good performance from him. A comeback, I guess, from that search and destroy where he didn't do so well. But we will be loading up the next map shortly. I feel like this one has to go to Chiefs. Yeah,
so do I, especially going onto a respawn map, and the performance from them has been absolutely phenomenal going over their respawns. Of course, it was a bit closer on S&D, but still, Chiefs, they put up a fight, and really they've been putting on the pressure. They've been putting the pressure on SYF all game, even when they did lose that one map. So I think if they are going to continue to do so, which you'd expect them to after what we've seen, Chiefs should take it here.
Well, let's have a look a little bit more in depth, I guess, about that one there. So I feel like, and this is where I feel like Chiefs are probably going to win it, because their pushes towards SYF spawns seem to always, the way they did it, I'm not sure if they know the exact positioning that you need per se, but when they went for those pushes, and Swifty especially was pushing up ahead of the pack, they were able to force the SYF squad to spawn way out, which means that, you know, an easy 2-point play, which is very similar to what they need to do in hardpoint. You need to force that spawn out so that you can get the preferred spawn to get into the hardpoint as easily as possible going into the next one. Loading up onto Throwback, though. I mean, let's talk about the map a little bit. What about it do you think makes it, I guess, you know, in favour of Chiefs specifically? Do you think that the fact that they've got very aggressive players, being a small map, can really help them in that regards, or will that potentially help the SYF squad, who a couple of them like to run, you know, the ERAD and just shred with that thing?
Yeah, well, you've got a couple of tight corners, and if you have players just flying all over the place like Chiefs do, they're a very aggressive squad compared to SYF, or a little bit more passive. So Chiefs, if they can get themselves in there, go for these quick pushes, they should take it, because their momentum has been far too much for SYF to try and stop. It's like a moving train, and SYF, they aren't able to stop it.
Well, here we go. Game loading up. Map number 4. This could be the decider. I hope for SYF's sake it's not, because they definitely want to get a win off the board to start off this event. They want to show that this team has what it takes to not just beat Australian teams, but beat international teams. And here we go. We're going to kick it off with Eminence this time around. SYF Chiefs, of course. Chiefs up 2-1 in the series. I'm looking at my man Scrism to continue that form. Swifty as well. He's just been consistently dominant so far this series. He's going to throw out a nade. A little bit of a bang back. Make a final kill there. Back to back. Finding first blood. Swifty not able to find that kill full stop. So there we go. Chiefs a good start overall, but Eminence with a two base like that is going to allow SYF to get into the hub.
So much already, looks for a third there, isn't able to take it, but he's doing a lot to just force these players out, stop them from moving their way in. Chiefs are trying to go towards the left side of the map to try and work their way in through the side onto this train platform, but they are unable to do so. Eventually, they are going to go for a coordinated push, and you're going to see them go majority of the way onto the left side of the map. He also play a top ticket, doesn't do anything. Killify with a kill. Chilean, that's going to be crucial for him. That allows SYF to get the remainder of the time in. 15 seconds left. SYF coming out very strong initially, but that's what we saw at the start of Scorch hardpoint. So Chiefs, they were very quick to return, and already they're going to try and gain up the remainder of the scrap time.
CG, you got a 2-piece there, allowing him to get on a 2 kills straight to start things off, but we're looking at these rotations now. And that's what you said, there was the scrap time. You look on your mini-map, holding down the spawns for this one, but Chiefs have been able to break in. They don't have too bad of spawns themselves. They have to stay alive. The remaining 2 players, it's going to be, I believe, they're Dean and Killer Pie, but Dean does go down. So Killer Pie last alive in the base. Look at what they're doing, SYF. They're just completely shutting down all of the good plays. They're killing them. Absolutely shutting down at the moment.
Yep, SYF, they are going to gain control of Barn here. Still 30 seconds left. A lot for Chiefs to prove here as they look to push their way in. A very coordinated push. Kills will favour them. Scrism doing a lot of work now. Is going to be on a 3 streak already. Pulling himself ahead of the pack along with Dean. Doing a lot of damage here as they lock SYF out and don't allow them to do anything. Scarab will be used for information. Buckbeck will just try and follow up with that information but can't do anything off it. Scrism with another 2-piece. He's on a 5 streak. He's hot at the moment. Look at that. Chillians eventually does a lot of damage. Gets taken down in the end, but Scrism, he's on a 6 streak there, so he's coming off hot into this one.
Jillian as well, doing not too shabby and following on from his performance, backing that search and destroy, carrying it over to this map here. The same map, of course, but a different game mode this time around. So Fate just snaking around, hoping that someone can test him. Then his teammate Chillian can help out in the back line. Chillian, though, he's going to go down to Swifty and D. Back as well. So they're losing phase 1 here, and that's not what you want. Fate goes down. Eminence last alive. These his teammates to respawn up on him, but haven't done just as of yet. So if they're with the lead, a decent 40, almost 40 points to be exact. It's going to allow them to just, you know, they can just make this no big deal. So don't let this Chiefs roster get a full hardpoint and you should be alright.
Yeah, Chiefs doing a lot of work here, eventually just trying to gain this scrap time, which they've done so keeping themselves in it despite SYF wanting themselves, and surprised, they've done a lot early on SYF, not what you would have expected. Going into this low hill, however, no one's actually going to be there early on. Chiefs have that rotations, but they're not even going to go for that, and that allows Chillians to move his way in and get that control. Interesting choice there from Killer Pie not to actually get onto that point and gain the additional scrap time. Instead, he just set out expecting SYF to be in a different set of respawns, which they weren't. Fate will find a 2-piece there that will shut Chiefs down, and somehow SYF, they've pulled themselves ahead of what was really should favour Chiefs.
Chiefs just seem to be pushing 1 by 1 this time. It looks like the roles have reversed. All of a sudden, SYF, the team plays working out for them, and Chiefs, that just raw gunpowder isn't enough to get them over the edge. It seems so far in this map. We do have Chillian with the Scarab available. Don't think he'll use it just as of yet, since its remaining means that rotations are in effect. It looks like the Chiefs are all over that one here, waiting it out, trying to shut down SYF from long range.
SYF taking a huge lead early on, going onto train platform. Chiefs will be early to get those points there, but we are going to see Chillian and Eminence try to move their way in, trying to coordinate themselves. SYF unable to get on just yet. Chillian goes for the solo, which it doesn't work out, and kills will favour Chiefs. They gain control of this train platform, and this is surprising. You see a lot more scrap time from both sides, and somehow Chiefs pull themselves ahead on what's usually the most contested hardpoint.
Here we go, Swifty. He's going to be trying to start up on this one quite nicely and stay alive, but he'll get shut down there from Eminence over the wall. Nice little kill by him, and spotted one in top food too. So SYF trying to get some more points, extend their lead, not allow Chiefs to get complete control. We'll be rotating now towards the barn. We'll see if they can't get control. Important gunfight, they're not going to be able to win it. So Chiefs, surely they've won control over the spawns now, and they'll be able to rotate towards the barn. Good start from them, and an early rotation that's worked out in their favour.
Yeah, but it's going to go out in favour of Chiefs at the moment, doing a lot more than what we initially saw. SYF really unable to gain much time over these last few hills. Chillian looks to go for the solo push. Will find 1, finds 2. Swifty with a 2-piece in the mix as well, but kills favour SYF. They're unable to get themselves on at the moment, as we do actually see Dean try to push his way back in. Is unable to do so, as SYF will manage to gain this initial scrap time on towards Barn, but Chiefs looking to push that one very quickly. Chillians did a lot of work, eventually will fall, but still a lot to follow up on for SYF. Buckerbeck and Fate will be there left to defend Barn. Hill, Dean moves in with 1, gets a second as well. That's crucial from Dean. 20 seconds still left on the clock here out towards Barn, and a lot of scrap time to be gained. Chiefs, they'll get the remainder of it.
Swifty able to get that kill there to help out Dean. Doing quite well as well. 17-15, maybe not the best score you've ever seen in your life, but he's got a 5-kill streak going for him. Swifty a 3 for him. Make that 4 as he just keeps going. And now this lead that SYF had is looking almost all but over. They've got control over the lower street, lower bike path, away from SYF plays contested. Here we go. This is going to be the start of things. Killapai with the 2-piece. That's huge. Dean gets a third. 3 down for SYF, and there's no way that Chiefs can't take this game back. Very, very close.
SYF got a really huge initial lead, and now Chiefs, they're pulling themselves back into it, doing a lot of work. Dean will drop down, gets the first, eventually traded out. Chilean's there, quick to respond. Fate moves his way and takes down Skris, and the points will go in favor of this SYF side just narrowly, but Killapai needs to get himself back onto this one. He has a lot to do to try to hold it down for his team. We see him do it a lot. He's always there to hold things down, and he does so excellently. Still doing a lot of work. Uses his FTL jump to try and make something of it, but he can't do so, and SYF pulls themselves ahead here, doing so much to just try and hold this one, and really haven't allowed Chiefs to get many points on towards this hill.
Oh, huge piece. Huge 2-piece from Swifty there to get some scrap time. Shut down the SYF play so they can't rotate quickly enough to get over towards this blue hard point. We're going to now Skrism. He's going to be the one setting up with his teammates, but here we go. SYF, they're going in, they're trading favorably for themselves here. They need to get another kill, but Backabek and Chilean with the 2-piece there is going to be so important and crucial for SYF to get some more points on the board and start actually getting some, since Chiefs have started this comeback. And look, that's exactly how you need to break a hard point.
Yeah, Chiefs also just wasting their streak there. Really, not the best time to use it. He says to himself, Dean moves his way in, uses his damage. Eminence with a 2-piece. That's going to be huge for SYF, as they will gain a lot of this baseball field hill time. Dean tries to push his way in. I should say Swifty, actually. He will fall. Dean will fall after him. Fate with that 2-piece. Eminence as well, finding Killapai. Eventually, Skrism's had left to do some damage, but still, it's not going to be enough for him. It looks like it will be Chiefs just trying to get on these early rotations. Need to get onto this next hill before SYF close out the game.
Well, we're going back to the scrappy middle. We all love a bit of scrap in our life. Not true, but hey, let's go with it. Swifty, he's going to be the one setting up so far, getting the majority of points, but they've been pushed out here by SYF. Rotation from them around the back of the map worked out in their favor to get a break onto this hill, and this is what was missing from that first hard point, was the breaks. And the way that SYF, they're walking in, taking one-on-one gunfights. Now they're going a little bit more composed and a little bit more teamwork. And it's working. It's a scrappy hill, but it's still some good breaking. And they're going to be able to get almost 200 points from the board, meaning they're very, very close to securing this one.
Chiefs, though, pulling themselves back into it. Somehow, they're the team that have been finding the hill time out towards the train platform. And that's interesting, because usually it's a very scrappy hard point, whereas this time they've pulled themselves ahead, and this is where they've been doing their damage. Now need to follow this performance up to try and pull themselves back in the lead. SYF, they seem to just dim in their performance a little bit over the last couple of hills, I should say, as they haven't been able to get much scrap time. They will reach 200 points, however, but Chiefs, they're going to be early on the barn. Dean left to do a lot here, is unable to find much. Skrism is going to be there to do the damage. Skrism trying to move his way around, spots out another, will call that to his teammates for the hill time. Will favour SYF, and what is this Eminence doing so much work? And now it's looking difficult for Chiefs. SYF, they've suddenly stepped it up than we previously saw.
Chilean actually got a 4-piece there, getting a team kill on Chilean, so a good work by Eminence. Gotta love it, Rick. You're making your boys proud, but Chilean jumps back into it, trying to shut down some of these Chiefs players, looking to get the remaining 20 seconds on this hard point. They've done so. They've been able to break it. SYF now need to look to get back into this one. There's 16 seconds left on this hard point, and Chiefs are closing the gap very quickly. And, you're going to be they're also thinking about the rotations here. Player 8, who's Swifty, he's going to be over towards the middle of the map. He's back to back with Eminence. This is so stressful to watch. But he's going to push a player, finds that to back. Screws him now. He jumps on the hill. Eminence as well. Here we go, he shoots him, and he gets the kill. That's dangerous for SYF. There's only 16 points ahead, and Chiefs, they can be able to get some points and potentially take the lead here. SYF need to regroup, they need to respawn, they need to get back onto this hard point. They do have some decent spawns, so it's not like it's going to take a while. Brilliant, he's able to find one with Skrism with a nade. Meanwhile, Backabek, he gets that punch down onto Swifty. Fate with a kill onto Dean as well. means that now SYF, they're still in a decent spot. You know, 6 points or at least contesting. 15 points ahead. It's going up, and Chiefs need a contest right now. Back with 2. Eminence combining for another one as well. And it's so close, SYF. They're about to take the win here if they're not too careful, Chiefs, but they do get control. They clean it up once again in 10 seconds. It's more than enough to get them very close within this one. Meanwhile, we need to see the spawn kills. It's going to be Swifty. He finds that one. Can he get the second? No, back with the 2-piece. That is going to shut down any chance of Chiefs getting into this hill any sooner than now. And that, it seems like it's got to be it. Surely, with 3 kills though. Killer Pie though, I didn't even see that Trinity Rocket. It shuts down SYF, and now Chiefs, they're coming back 10 seconds away from being in the lead here. They've got to wait it out right now. SYF, be careful, because your dreams might just be shattered if you're not too careful right now. Here we are, within 3 points of each other. Chiefs are mounting a comeback. They're on the way up, but no, they're going to get shut down. We need a contestant from here, from Scrizzen. He does so. Dean helps him out. Dean gets the 2-base, and there SYF, they take, well, it's so even now. He gets another 2 points. Contested once again. Swifty, they're going for it here. SYF, they need to get the points. Killaby contests the hard point. What are you doing? Going for the kill. It's not going to happen here. Scrizzen, he tries to get another one in there. 6 points behind. SYF 2 points away. It's getting contested once again. But Chiefs, now they get control. SYF do again. And there we go. A 10-point game. Oh my god, that got close at the end.
I'm speechless after that. I mean, really, SYF, they shouldn't have let it get that close. At one point, they were looking to pull themselves ahead, and majorly, all they had to do was get off the early rotations and get that life scrap time to take the map, but instead, they let Chiefs have a chance there, and that was looking so dangerous.
Wow. That was crazy close. Chiefs, they so nearly came back, and you can hear on the stream, I lost my voice from that one. That was some insane stuff. Definitely the closest hardpoint we've had today. Of course, only played 2, but still, closest hardpoint today. I don't care. I'll say it. There we go. Wow. SYF, they showing up in that one. That was some interesting work from them because, you know, they didn't necessarily show themselves that well in the first hardpoint to be able to make the breaks happen, to be able to break the spawns that Chiefs was holding. And then in this one, they seem to be the team to beat. Chiefs, the roles were reversed. Chiefs were the ones who had to try and force into the spawns and weren't really being able to do it for the most part until towards the end there.
Well, my question is, are the roles still going to be reversed going into this S&D? Like, are Chiefs going to step up their game going into it and take it? Because we don't know what's going to happen. It's been so unpredictable. I just don't know what to expect anymore.
Yeah, well, that's definitely the case with these two teams. As we said, just the unpredictability of new rosters and things like that. Everything can change, but that was a huge hardpoint win for SYF. They needed that, and I mean, this could be it. If their S&D game's looking stronger than that of the Chiefs, as we load up, I'm not exactly sure what the map is. I think it might be Crusher. If I just check on my notes here, it is in fact Crusher Search and Destroy that will be loading up very soon for you guys. But you know, SYF, they definitely, their team play in that regards look better in the first Search and Destroy. That you can't deny that fact. But Chiefs, I don't know where I stand with them all of a sudden, because they were so good in those first 2 respawns, and then this one, for the most part, for the first part, they fell off. Then they came back really, really close. But you know, you can't work off scrap time for the first half of a game and then go full pelt and expect to win. It's not going to happen. You need to start off hot or be consistently getting 30 points, upwards of 30 points on every hard point. That's somewhat, to me, that seems like how it should go. If you want to be a consistent hardpoint team, is you can't have a downtime. You need to just be putting the pressure on consistently. And even if you do get the spawns and then don't get the hardpoint, at least you got the spawn kill and you can force out the spawns from the opposition. So it does, either way, still make a good impact, but it didn't seem like for the first half that Chiefs were able to do that. Yeah,
we really didn't see them put their foot down until the very end there, and that really was their downfall. It's that inconsistency we talked about from this roster with 2 of the younger players coming in. You really rely on players like Dean and Killerpie to take lead and really show them the way, and it seems like they didn't really do so towards the back end of that map, and that's my main worry going into this, because Chiefs, that inconsistency, I don't see how they're going to take this S&D, especially from what we saw from SYF, who are much more consistent in that department.
Well, we're just going to have to wait and see as we load up the map. We've got a lot of questions to be answered with these two teams. And then, of course, you know, the winner of this, they go and play Tandem Mines. I mean, which team sort of matches up best against Tainted Minds. You've got a consistent lineup, the only consistent lineup at this event, really, respectively speaking, apart from Validate, if you can really say that they're, you know, one of the top teams in the region. That's still yet for them to prove. But will the SYF squad or Chiefs match up well against Tainted Minds? I feel like they might be a little bit too strong for both of these teams. I don't know what it is. I was expecting SYF to be a little bit stronger in those respawns. They've got very, very good players for respawn game modes, but they haven't shown it just as of yet. Loading up into Search and Destroy Chiefs and SYF, this is game 5. There's make or break for them to get against Tainted Minds in the winners bracket final. Yeah,
well, the thing is, going into that upper bracket match between Tainted, we talked about which team would match up better. I'd have to go off on a whim and say it'd be SYF, because when they were Prodigy, they managed to beat TM 3-0 in one of the league play matches. So really, I'd say it'd be them who'd be best going up against them, because Chiefs, you don't know what to expect. When you're against a top-level team, really, it's difficult to use that element of unpredictability. As Tainted Minds, they're normally on top of their game, especially, you know, we didn't know what to expect when Setsi came into the roster as a substitute, but even then he's proved to do a lot of damage to that team.
Well, here we go. This is going to be a 1v2 situation for Eminence. He needs to find this kill. They're just pushing up, trying to get Killerpie onto that bomb defuse. They found the kill, and there we go, first round. It's going to be going into favor of of the Chiefs. We do actually have the wrong teams once again, so I apologize for that, but we will make sure that that is worked out for you for the next series. Chiefs going 1-0 up. As confusing as it is, that's the case. And they did all right. Dean, no kills, Scrism with 2, and you know, he stepped up his game after that first hard point. He wasn't really, you know, that influential, I feel. He's definitely stepped up his game since then, and it's, you know, he's come here to play.
Yeah, well, when Scrism's hot, he's hot. Like, if he starts off slow and then eventually builds up, he can do a lot more damage than what we initially see. And he's one of those players that takes a while to get into his groove. When he does, you know, he's an absolute menace to the opposing team. Already, wow, that was a quick round. Chiefs take it so quickly.
There we go. Chiefs 2-0 up, and that's, you know, that's the 2 rounds strung together like we talked about before. Scrism, once again, your final kill cam, going to be able to find that one. Nice round by them. Clinically finished within 30-odd seconds. SYF not really being able to get themselves into this one just as of yet, but we'll see how they go going into the next round here. Chiefs, they're going to be on the defensive side, and it looks like a 4-stack for them towards this B-bomb site. Meanwhile, SYF, they're sort of still deciding by the looks of things. They're leaning towards A, but it's not really obvious just as of yet. Chiefs, though, they might just realize this now. They're going for the kills. Eminence still finds Swift in the back, and that's a good first opening pick. If they're going to start contesting this B bomb site, they might have thought, though, that Chiefs players have rotated towards A, and that's exactly what Eminence is going to do. They're going to get chased by the Chiefs, but Eminence will be able to get this bomb down.
Yeah, needs to push his way in, though, before this Chiefs side realise that they have gone for the rotations. They still haven't decided where they want to go. SYF being a little bit too cautious here. You know, it's good to have some... it's good to be cautious, but not over-cautious. You want to get in there, you want to get the objective down, whereas there's only 30 seconds left on the clock. He needs to make a decision now, and really not much time left, so it looks like they're trying to play mind games with this Chiefs side and get them to commit to a rotation, and that's what they do. Oh my god, SYF, they've played this perfectly, but eventually Dean realizes, he knows that, you know, you can't leave this site open. Eventually he will rotate, though. He's just dancing around, really not sure. Eventually here's the footsteps and alerts his teammates. Is going to get tagged up, but will fall back, is able to keep his life for the time being. Only 7 seconds left. The bomb will go down. And now we're going to have to see, will Chiefs be able to go on the retake, as it will be Eminence and Buckerbeck versus the 3 players on the Chiefs side.
Dean, Scrism and Killerpie are going to go for this one here, but you look at the flank coming in. Eminence and Buckerbeck both on that middle wall run here, and they're going to catch that player up by surprise. It's going to be Killerpie. Stuck in a very awkward situation there. He does get one, and the second one as well.
Oh, no.
Nicely done by Killerpie there. They did not expect him to be in that corner, so Chiefs, they're going to go up 3-0. Gosh.
No, this is a complete turnaround. Like, we said the roles were reversed, but I didn't expect it to carry over into Search and Destroy, and it has done. SYF, they need to put the foot down right now because this is the last game in the series and they can't allow Chiefs to take such a commanding lead. But like I said, when Chiefs are hot, they're hot, especially Scrism. He's doing a lot of work for his side and we're seeing Chiefs take the lead.
Well, let's see how they go SYF into this one. It's so important for them to get one round on the board. And we'll see where they go here. Looks like Eminence and Co are going to do this 4-stack towards B. Meanwhile, the rest of the Chiefs, they've got that bomb down onto the A-bomb site with Killer Pie. He's got his payload to work with as well. But here we go, Chiefs. They've now got to defend this one. They've got a Trinity Rocket coming down. 1, 2, and 3. Dean, he's found 2 kills as well, so that's a good start for them. It's a 2v3 situation favouring the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs are favoured at the moment. 3v2. We do see SYF on the back foot. A lot of work to do. Not good, especially in the situation that they're in. Eventually able to return things down to a 2v2. Chileans will be the first to try and push in. Needs to find this defuse, whereas we are going to see Chiefs sitting back a little bit. The Scarab isn't able to do much, and eventually Chileans moves in. Fate will close it out, and eventually SYF gets something on the board. Is it enough to cling on to, Milboss?
I don't think they've got the defuse. I don't think he got the defuse.
Oh no.
Surely. He did. He did just. In
Oh.
0.3 of a second or something, he was able to get that defuse. There we go. SYF finally getting around on the board. That was much needed for the squad. Was in an unfortunate situation, but a very good push from this SYF squad. They were able to jump in there, get the first kill on the slide. Scrism did find that kill, but Fate following it up with the retrade. The retrade? That's like a double negative there. It's the trade towards Swifty there. So here we go, Chiefs. They're going to be pushing up towards this 4-stack on the A side from the SYF squad. That's where they look like they want to go, but they're backing off here. SYF now on the full rotation towards B, and it looks like the Chiefs, they're just not sure where to go just as of yet. They've kept one player on A, just sitting like a statue. That's going to be Scrism. And the rest of the players, the whole team, they're going to be rotating around towards B to see if they can't find any players. Now they know for sure. Here we go, Scrism and Co. They're pushing up. I mean, right now, this 4v4 retake, this is going to be difficult for Chiefs.
Yeah, well, the thing that confused me for Chiefs is they kept all 4 of their players towards that B stack even when Chiefs had rotated. I guess they were expecting to try and fake it out and expecting to come back, but kills will favour the SYF squad. Chiefs will have a very difficult situation. Killer Pie versus the world moves in, will be able to find the first, needs more, has the FTL jump available. This is where I'd expect it to come into play. He needs to move his way around and find this final kill here. Will move his way around from Chileans, and surely no time left. Has to find the kill. I don't think he's got the defuse.
No, he doesn't, unfortunately there. Time just running out, and that's going to be SYF getting their second round on the board. Killer Pie, though, does win the 1v2, so a good play, but just a little bit of casual COD timing. Chilean looking down that B street. Meanwhile, it was Killer Pie who was able to go on the wall run and get behind him. If Killer Pie had looked right instead of left, he would have got that kill. He would have had time, but unfortunately not to be the case. Here we go. Round number 6. And we've got the Chiefs team on the offensive. And we mentioned Killer Pie does have that FTL available to use. We'll see if he brings it out this time around. It looks like a 4-stack towards B. Dan will be pushing up as the man in the front. A very defensive and passive hold from this SYF lineup.
Yep, really not pushing in too far at this point in time. We are going to see Chiefs, I should say, try and get on towards this site here. Eventually do. The bomb will go down. Chiefs, I should say SYF, need to be on this retake here. They're all grouped together, ready to go. Need to move their way in and coordinate themselves like they usually do. The kills will favour the Chiefs side. Fate to return. Dean following it up in a quick round there. Chiefs are able to take that round.
If I had like a soundboard, I'd just do it like bounce now, because that was just a fail. They're running, they get 1 kill. That was, sorry SYF, but that was not pretty. And Killer Pie and Scrism and Co all combining for some very nice kills there to clean that one up very, very quickly. You look at that Chiefs lineup, they've got a lot of their payloads almost available. Scrism like a millimeter away, Dean and Swifty both on the way. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Eminence are very close as well as Chilean towards theirs. So, see how they play into effect here. SYF team, they are going to be the ones on the offensive, and it's going to be Swifty. He's finding one. Fate, though, does get the trade, so it'll be a 3v3 situation. with 1 minute remaining. And it looks like they're going to go towards the B-bomb side here, the SYF squad.
Yep, we are going to see the bomb go for rotation here. SYF look to go out towards this A site here, but it's just going to be Eminence moving in on his own. Interesting choice here. He's going to find contact with Back-a-Back, go straight past him there. Still, what is happening here? It's all over the place. Eventually, Dean finds a kill, but I don't think it's enough. Scrism follows it up there, and SYF, that solo push was just absolutely brutal, really. They got nothing out of it. I'm not sure why Eminence would even attempt that.
Well, he was there with back-to-back, but it wasn't enough, and Chiefs, they'll go up 5-2. Very nicely done in that 2v3 situation for them. Reduce it to a 2v1, and Scrism, he finds the kill here in the end of Fate. And this is map point, series point. This could be it, Chiefs. They're about to take the victory if SYF have nothing to say about it. And by God, for their sake, I hope they do, because they need to get some more rounds on the board if they want a chance to continue on in the winner's bracket. But here we go. Potentially the last round of the series, SYF. They're going to be the players on the defense looking to set up on B, and it's just going to be a straight up 4-stack. Here we go, players jumping out. Eminence will find one on Swifty, so a good start. Part of me from them. Back finds second as well, so what do you do if you're Chiefs? You need to start rotating, but they're going to get pushed and chased down. Scrism finds one and a second one. Can he get the third? No. Chilean says no to Killerpie, but it will be Scrism last alive. SYF shut him down, and that was a very good defensive hold from them.
That was looking so difficult at one point in time. Chiefs, they also had those payloads available, so despite being in what, 2v3, 2v4 situation, the damage was there to be done. Scrism finding that two-piece wasn't enough for his side. And this match will continue on even longer here in Game 5. Could we be seeing a Game 5 11th round?
Well, I hope for SYF's fate, they need some more rounds on the board. They haven't really shown up at all in this specific Search and Destroy. But you know, if you are this Chiefs lineup, is this where you consider using the payloads you've got and payloads that you might get? Probably, I'd say, if you want to close it down as soon as possible. And again, if you're SYF, to use the two that you'd have and the one that you might get in Chilean to clean up shop. Eminence, so he's going to get this bomb down. No kills as of yet in the game. And we'll see how it goes.
Are going to see this Chiefs side look to try and push their way back in here, which they will do, but they're going to get caught in the trap. As it will be. Chilean's trying to kill. Eminence pops the active camo, finds one, and this is a lot of damage to be done. Has to go up with more, will be able to close it out, and it's going to go 5-4. SYF keeping themselves in it.
Well, here we go. Eminence on your final kill cam. They're just turning up at the right moment right now, and you know, this is what we need from SYF if they want to continue going.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of work to bring themselves back into it, and huge props to them for doing so. Look at Scrism on the Chiefs side. He's going 13-5, doing a lot of damage to the SYF side. And now that he's sort of cooled down just a little bit towards this back end of the match, SYF, they've been given the room to pull themselves back into it. Chileans, he does have his payload available, so does Fate, and the damage is there to be done for them. You'd expect them to be popped very soon if this round doesn't exactly work out for them. It looks like that might be a Scarab actually popped, trying to gain some info, so they should know the A site's clear. So surprised that we're not actually going to see them go for the front stage. Bomb is going to be planted at B. Now, left for retakers for the SYF. They're going to be a man down. Have to pull it up and do some work. Back moves his way in, but Swifty's there to trade things out. And now it's going to be down to a 2v1. Evans, and that's going to be it. Chiefs take it.
Chiefs beating SYF in a best of 5 series, going down to round number 10. So close in the end, but Swifty's active camo play there crucial to the victory in that last round. A good decision, of course, by the squad in the end, in hindsight, to be able to save those for that round just then. But unfortunately for the SYF